Hello, everyone. This is Tasha Smutney. I am a double gold consultant and two-time IATAN card holder. We're just going to go over what you have to do for that credit card authorization form. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to come to the Travel Cafe, which you can get to from your back office. There's a link. Go where it says Forms, and then go to Credit Card Authorization. You're going to have to click for Clients, Credit Card Authorization Form. There is a little bit different process within 21 days. Check with your mentor if you're making that booking, or if it is a vendor that has to be done differently, because they do not all. You're going to download this. I've already downloaded. I'll show you what to do. And make sure you look at this information about the how to fill out and some legal info in there, right? So when I have downloaded it, it's going to look like this. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're actually going to put this into, I'm going to put it into my Google Drive so I can edit it and customize it. So when I click this, it's going to ask me how I would like to open it. All right. Now, it does give me some suggested third-party sites that do have an electronic sign, but I'm actually going to open it in Google Docs. Now, it is going to look a little weird when you first open it up in Google Docs. The formatting is weird. That's okay. I'm just going to delete some things, fix some things so I can personalize it. I'm going to center this. Now, right here underneath, I'm going to add my logo image from Drive. I've already put it in my Drive. So I'm going to load that logo right in there. It's going to be giant because they like to make everything giant when you first put them in, right? All right. Now, oopsie. Says independent contractor information, traveling with Tasha. Now it asks for my business address. And this is all required to be on there from Archer. Now, the other thing you could do, is I don't actually love how this is showing this. The other thing you could do, you could pull up Canva and you could make a picture for the top of this, which is actually what I'm going to do. Because it's not super pretty or looks appealing that way. So I'm just going to make a picture that I can put in there. So I'm going to pull my logo in. And I'm going to do a box over here. This might be smaller than I'm actually making it, but so I'm going to put all that required information right here. My name big. Then I'm going to make it smaller for the other information. Address. Phone number. And then my email. I can make this a little bigger because it will fit. I think what I also want to put, I want to put my name there. Okay. Now you'll see what I do because this is not the best format in the back. I'm just trying to do this quickly for you guys. I'm going to double check that that's everything it requires there. Business name, address, city, phone number, email. I've got it all there. Okay. So now I have this. I'm going to download it. Because this is bigger than I want it to be, I'm actually going to snip this. So that now it's more like a mailing label. I probably should have chosen mailing label. All right. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to delete all of this. I'm just going to drag that picture right on in. Now again, it's a bit bigger than I want it to be. I'm going to center it. Trying to figure out why it's so far down. Let me try this again. Insert image, upload from computer, right there. There we go. That's where I want it. Now, again, this is like not lined up well. So I don't love how it's lined up. Oops, I deleted too much. So I've deleted as much as I can to make this line up. So I'm going to put what's there. This is where the client's name will go. Hereby authorize. I put my name right in there, Tasha Smutney 2. I'm going to copy right from here. Process the credit card information provided for the reservation listed below. Now, what this did was it just kind of spaced everything. So I'm going to put lines. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a template. So that I can use this over and over and over again. So that I don't have to make this every time I book a trip for a client. I just have to make a copy of it. All right. Supplier name, confirmation number. Again, I often put that in after the fact because I personally will not run their credit card until this is signed. And that is honestly best practices because you don't want them to come back and say, hey, I didn't say you could charge my card, and then you've already booked this trip. All right. Contact name in case it's a different person than on the card. Name exactly as it appears. So a lot of this your client has to fill out themselves. I'm going to edit some of this because there's actually a typo there. To protect your confidential information, do not provide a full credit card number written on this form. You will be contacted by your travel agent to provide your full credit card number and CVV number, a copy, picture of the driver's license. I'm just fixing some of this spacing. And a copy picture of the front of the credit card is needed along with this form. Then we have a spot for the total charge, their expiration date, the billing address, because depending on the vendor, they may require you to put that in there. Some of them do, some of them don't. And again, we've got some weird funky spacing down at the bottom, so I'm just gonna delete this and put it in. email address. Now, these are just check boxes. I'm gonna look how it was on there. So it's just, let me see if I can copy this the way it is. It'll work. That might make it easier. All right. It will not. So we're just going to make it ourselves. Was offered. And now you actually can, and I will put a template in as well on our website. So you have this. Insert. Usually you can put a checkbox. Oh, you can. Checklist. That's not what But honestly, it's no. Why is that doing that? That's weird. This is why I'm going to put it's doing something weird. So this is why I'm going to put a template for you as well attached to this video. What you can do when you're getting ready to send this to the client, you can insert a checkbox there, and I will show you how to do that. Okay. I'm going to alter this a little so I can get it all onto one page. Here's their signature. Now, I typically have a date on mine, so I'm going to add that, the date they signed. Let's see where we can adjust. I'm going to adjust this so that we can get this all on one page. And I'm going to call this my template. Okay, so now I have this template in my Google Drive that I can use for any client as needed. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'll make that smaller first. And just because I prefer to make it match my colors. All right, so now that I have this, let's say now I have my client who I'm ready to send this to. I'm not going to put the information on the template. I'm going to file, make a copy. And I will call this their name, whoever it is. Susie Q, making up some names. Cancun 2024, right? And I personally would put it in, I have folders for all my clients, I would put it in there. But for now, I'm just going to leave it here because it's for training purposes. Okay, so now I would come right here, typically do Control U, so it's underlined. I would fill as much of this out for them as I can. Susie, and I'd put their whole last name. Q. Flights. Why is that so little? Flights. all-inclusive resort transfers, whatever it includes. Let's say that I booked this on Vax. You're not going to put Vax, you're going to put the actual vendor you used. Under vacations. If you've held it, you can put that confirmation number in. If you haven't held it, I just put it in later after they've signed it. Departure date, 8, whatever the date is, 8/13/24. Return date, 8/20/24. Again, I'm only working with this person. If you're talking to someone else who's booking for someone, you obviously put that. I leave this for the client. Now, if they are a client that I have booked for before, or they've said, hey, I'm going to use the same card I've used before, I would fill this out. Or if it's for a second payment, I would fill this out for them. But the rest I'm leaving for them. If it's a client, again, I've booked for before and I have their information. Now I probably have their email and their phone number, but if I have their address, I would do that. So then here, I'm going to insert special character. I'm going to insert check mark. There's usually one here. Check. Oops, I did too many. And then all I have to do is copy that, whether they accepted it or not. If they did, they didn't. All right, now I have this ready, and all I need to do is download it to send it to my client. So I go back into my Google Drive. If you go to recent, it's going to show you the last thing you did. Right? Susie, 3 dots, download. Now you can email it to them this way. They're going to open it. Honestly, what I did, I went online and found free PDF signature. I did a search. All right, let me just open that so that it'll show up when I click upload. All right. I'm going to click upload to sign. It's going to pull this up. Oop, that's actually not what I wanted to do. I missed a step. I'm sorry about that. From here, I'm actually going to go to share. Don't just download it. And I am going to click share with others. Nope. Download is where you want to go. Download as a PDF. I missed that important step. Don't just download it as a PDF. All right. Now I have it ready. Now I go to this site. This one is just sign.com. I honestly did a Google search for free PDF sign. Or it's not showing up, but the other thing I can do, because I have it open right here, and drag it right in. And it's there. All right, so now I downloaded the one I didn't fill out. But you get the idea. Now your client, though, they can click your signature and they can physically sign it. right? Create their signature, and they just have to move it to where it goes. All right. And they can also type things in, text, and put that box where they need it. Okay. Super easy to do. They can also print it out, sign it, scan you back a picture. Okay. They can finish and then they put your email. Nope, they create an account and then they can send it. Okay. Now, that being said, you also can go to Adobe, which is the recommended way. You should be able to do it for free. It does say on the Archer site you can do it for free. Okay. You can also, if you don't want to customize it, you can fill this out every single time and then download this and send it to your client. Because this does have the check boxes. And you could just type right in here, download it, send it to the client as well. Hopefully this was helpful in you learning how to send this and get them to sign it. I know a lot of agents have been having some confusion about this, so I wanted to make a recording for you.